Yeah, welcome back to Ben Shapiro's new book, Triumph of the Patriot. It's been a while. Last time we covered chapter 1. And we learned that Patrick P. Patriot became a vigilante, a fighter for justice. And yeah, today we're gonna cover chapter 2. Let's hop right into it. Chapter 2 of Triumph of the Patriot. The Patriots. As the time went on, Patrick P. Patriot slowly became a symbol in the city. A symbol for justice, freedom, and the American way. He felt beloved by everyone except for criminals because Patrick P. Patriot delivered results. Results that the police, which was beholden to the rules and regulations of an oppressive, authoritarian liberal government, could never deliver. The crime rate dropped significantly because the criminals knew that justice was roaming through the streets every single night. But Patrick P. Patriot wasn't happy yet. He couldn't be, because although the crime rate had dropped significantly, he was sure of that, crime was not eliminated completely. For Patrick P. Patriot, the only acceptable crime rate was 0. All the crimes he could not prevent were haunting him. Last week a kid stole a pack of chewing gums from a local convenience store and ran away. That kid was still not brought to justice. Furthermore, he was pretty sure that there were still people in his community that smoked the weed. But worst of all, a new graffiti had appeared on a wall of a local community center. In this community center, weekly gatherings of Judeo-Christians happened. So not only did that criminal graffiti sprayer commit a felony, they also defaced a holy institution, which was a direct attack on Patrick P. Patriot's Judeo-Christian values. He was 1,000% sure that the graffiti was put on there by that one criminal graffiti spraying kid he did not catch in that one fateful night. Patrick P. Patriot was lying in his single bed in his small apartment. The bed was way too small for his big body. He was sleeping and he dreamt of the future. In his dream, dark clouds were covering the sky above America. One single ray of light broke through the dark and thick layer of clouds and illuminated a tiny spot on the ground below. On that one spot of soil, standing in the light, Patrick P. Patriot saw himself standing with a firm posture and a stoic, determined look on his face. The spot of light grew bigger, and out of the illuminated soil around Patrick P. Patriot, people ascended. Good people, clean, white Judeo-Christian American people, people with baseball caps, sunglasses, and guns. When he woke up, Patrick P. Patriot knew what this dream was. It was a divine revelation directly implemented into his head from the Judeo-Christian God. He now knew what he had to do. He needed to find allies. Strong patriots, determined to do the right thing, people who had the same strong moral convictions and the same Judeo-Christian values as Patrick P. Patriot. And he knew instinctively where he would find such people. After a quick Bing search, Patrick P. Patriot thought that Google was satanic. He found what he was looking for. The website was called iloveamerica.usa.usa.usa.im. On this website he found like-minded people expressing the same love for the country which Patrick P. Patriot felt. On this website he expressed all of his thoughts, all of his ideas for a new America, a better America, an old America, a traditional America, an all-out American America. He soon gathered a sizable online following, and eventually the day came to translate these virtual followers into real ones. Patrick P. Patriot was standing on the parking place of the local community center. He stood very big and tall in front of the crowd that had gathered in front of him. Almost 200 people stood before him. The entire crowd consisted almost entirely of very big, strong, manly, straight white Judeo-Christian American manly men. The only exceptions were one guy who was black, one guy who was gay, and one guy who was a woman. The woman was not very big and strong because she was a woman. What all the Patriots that gathered had in common, though, was that all of them wore baseball caps with a red, white, and blue color pattern on it. They also wore sunglasses, also with red, white, and blue colors, and they all had guns. Some of them also with red, white, and blue colors. The crowd was standing in silence waiting for the Patriot to begin. The only thing that was to hear was a lot of honking cars in the distance. "My fellow Patriots," he started. "My name is Patrick P. Patriot, you know me. I collected you here to fight. I love America. America is great. It's the greatest country on earth with the greatest people on earth. I like it. You are great and fantastic and tremendous. I love America. I love the flag. Constitution is great. I like freedom good. Bible is good. Good is great. God is great. America is great. I love America. But communism is bad. Socialism is bad. I like trucks. Trucks are good. Guns are good. I love America. Crime bad. Feminism is bad. I love America. God bless America. Woke is bad." The crowd erupted in cheers. "USA, USA, USA," the crowd started chanting. The chanting even overpowered all the cars honking in the distance. Patrick P. Patriot put the piece of paper down on which he had written his speech. He was satisfied that the words he thought so hard about reached the audience. "Listen, everyone, we need to defeat crime and save America. We will form a militia and police the city better than the police polices the city. We will defeat the criminals. Who is with me?" The crowd started chanting, "Patriot! Patriot! Patriot!" "We need to form groups and police the street in the night. Who wants to be in my group?" Everyone in the crowd raised their arms. Patrick P. Patriot picked out 5 people from the crowd who had wanted to assist him in his nightly fight against crime. The rest of the people formed little groups amongst themselves. Amongst the people Patrick P. Patriot picked out were the black guy, the gay guy, and the woman. It was easy to pick them because they were the only ones who stood out of the crowd. The other 2 were an elderly white guy who reminded Patrick P. Patriot of his late father, and a guy whose distinct feature was that he had some strange-looking crosses tattooed all over his body. Patrick P. Patriot didn't like tattoos, but he could make an exception as long as the tattoos were Judeo-Christian in nature. They were crosses nonetheless, so therefore Patrick P. Patriot was okay with them. Patrick P. Patriot had a very accepting and tolerant nature. "What's your name?" Patrick P. Patriot asked the older guy. With a deep and raspy voice, the elderly said, "My name is Stronko Manly Man. I am a former Navy SEAL Marine Vietnam veteran, former border security officer, and a former police officer until I got cancelled by the left." Patrick P. Patriot would have teared up a little if he weren't such a big manly man. He felt an immediate connection to that old guy. What an amazing life this old man had lived. He liked that old man very much. "What's your name?" Patrick P. Patriot asked the guy with the tattoos. "I'm Nathan Cillian. I'm a white, straight Christian, patriotic American, manly, patriotic man," the guy replied. Patrick P. Patriot was satisfied with that answer. It showed that Nathan Cillian knew what was important: being straight, being patriotic, being manly, but most of all, being a Judeo-Christian. The black guy, the gay guy, and the woman also wanted to chime in and tell their names to Patrick P. Patriot, but there was not enough time left. They needed to be quick now, because the sun was already setting. "Quick, get into my truck," Patrick P. Patriot told his new allies. Unfortunately, they were immediately stuck in traffic, because all the Patriots had come from outside the city with their trucks. The leftist city government hated cars, and that's why there were not enough parking places around the community center to accommodate for all the Patriots' trucks. So they had just parked their trucks on the surrounding streets around the gathering place. When the traffic cleared, Patrick P. Patriot drove the newfound friends to the children's playground and parked his truck under the swing. There was a wall that was freshly cleaned, All the old graffiti was removed. Patrick P. Patriot was expecting that some criminal graffiti sprayers would show up and deface that wall again. Patrick P. Patriot told his team that they should spread out and hide in the darkness and wait until the bad criminals would arrive. Patrick P. Patriot did the same. He buried himself halfway in the sandbox, from which he had a clear view on the wall in question. It didn't take long. A thuggish-looking kid arrived and started spraying a big penis on the wall. What an obscene view, Patrick P. Patriot thought. He had to close his eyes to protect his purity. But he also had to charge forward in order to stop the evil criminal. He jumped out of the sandbox, and with his eyes still closed, he started running towards the criminal kid. Whilst running forward, Patrick P. Patriot drew his gun and aimed it in the criminal kid's direction. This was a dangerous situation. Due to his eyes being closed, he didn't know whether the criminal kid had already recognized him approaching. Additionally, Patrick P. Patriot was not sure whether the criminal kid was armed. Patrick P. Patriot started shouting, "On the ground! You are under arrest!" In that moment, Patrick P. Patriot stumbled over the seesaw and fell face first to the ground. The moment he hit the ground, he accidentally pulled the trigger on his gun and a shot fired through the darkness. Whilst he was lying on the ground, he had to make a decision. He had to open his eyes. He had to see what was going on in front of him, even though it meant that he had to see a penis. He opened his eyes, and he saw the penis. It was a big penis, a strong penis, an erect penis. A penis drawn with hair on the testicles, with the fourth skin shoved back and the glands fully exposed. Out of the tip, shaped like little water drops, semen shot out up into the air. The penis penetrated his mind. He couldn't focus on anything else that was going on around him. All his thoughts, all his senses were occupied by that penis. He had to close his eyes again. He needed to focus. He forced his mind to think about nice things like guns, the flag, guns, America, patriotism, guns, justice, and guns. Thinking about all the things he loved cleared his mind, although only temporarily. Patrick P. Patriot opened his eyes again and forced himself to keep the obscene graffiti out of his focus. He saw the criminal kid run away from the crime scene. Had he been alone in this situation, he would have had to let the criminal kid get away, but luckily, this time he wasn't alone. The woman jumped out of a bush right in front of the fleeing criminal kid with her gun aimed at the criminal kid. The criminal kid stopped, shock frozen for a second, but then the criminal kid tried to flee again. The woman tried to run after the criminal kid, but unfortunately women can't run very fast, so the criminal kid escaped into a dark corner. What the criminal kid didn't know, though, was that the black guy was hiding in that corner. The criminal kid couldn't see the black guy because the black guy was very black and the corner was very dark. The black guy caught the criminal kid and dragged it out into the light again. Patrick P. Patriot, whilst still lying on the ground, saw that and was relieved. They finally caught the evil criminal kid. The gay guy also showed up and started to feel up the evil criminal kid. Then suddenly, the evil criminal kid managed to loosen the grip of the black guy and ran away again. The black guy and the gay guy drew their guns immediately and started chasing the evil criminal kid. The evil criminal kid thought it had finally gotten away, but luckily there was still backup. It was Nathan Cillian that finally jumped in front of the evil criminal kid, pulled out his gun and shot the evil criminal kid in the face. Patrick P. Patriot watched from a distance. He saw the lifeless body of the evil criminal kid fall to the ground. He felt kind of bad. This situation did not have to escalate that way. Unfortunately, kids and minorities these days were trained to disrespect authority and the law. Patrick P. Patriot knew that the left mainstream media would twist and turn the facts of this incident in favor of the bad evil criminal kid, because the bad evil criminal kid was a kid and Nathan Cillian was a white Judeo-Christian conservative man. Patrick P. Patriot finally got up and walked towards Nathan Cillian. The black guy and the gay guy also arrived where the dead body was lying. Lastly, the woman arrived, because she was really very slow. "It's a tragedy," Patrick P. Patriot said. "Yes, it is," the woman said with a very weak voice which women usually have. The gay guy continued feeling up the dead, bad, evil criminal kid. Amongst closer inspection, Patrick P. Patriot recognized the hoodie and the face of the bad, evil criminal kid. It was the same graffiti-spraying bad, evil criminal kid that escaped him a couple of weeks earlier on his first patrol night. The gay guy pulled a little piece of plastic out of the pocket of the dead, bad, evil criminal kid and showed it to Patrick P. Patriot. It was a pack of chewing gums. Patrick P. Patriot suddenly got goosebumps. Even though he couldn't prove it, he was sure that that was the pack of chewing gums which was stolen from a convenience store a couple of days earlier. So not only had they caught an evil graffiti-spraying, bad, evil criminal kid, but also a bad, evil thief. Patrick P. Patriot felt way better now. With all of that evidence they had at hand, they could make sure that Nathan Cillian was not prosecuted for shooting that bad, evil criminal kid. Patrick P. Patriot was sure he could convince his police friends that it was some sort of self-defense or whatever, and that the bad, evil criminal kid deserved to die. Everything would be fine. Everything would be great, especially because there was now one criminal less that roamed the streets. "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked submissively, like women usually do. "Oh great Judeo-Christian God," Patrick P. Patriot began, "please take this unfortunate soul into your kingdom of heaven, but before that make sure that his soul gets punished appropriately for all the sins and criminal crimes that bad, evil criminal kid committed, and make sure—" Patrick P. Patriot's train of thought suddenly stopped. "Wait, where is Stronko Manly Man? Stronko Manly Man! Stronko Manly Man!" Patrick P. Patriot shouted very manly and loudly. Then everyone was silent. A very quiet, stertorous breathing sound came out of one of the bushes. The group looked behind the bushes and there was Stronko Manly Man lying on the ground with a shot wound in his chest. "They got me, Patrick P. Patriot! They got me, my son!" Stronko Manly Man said with an already very weakened voice. Patrick P. Patriot was flustered that Stronko Manly Man would call him his son. "Promise me something, my son. Get that bastard that shot me." And with those last words, the legacy of a great patriotic patriot finally found its closure. Wow. Whew, that was amazing. I didn't expect this to get so emotional. Holy shit. Like I would also, if I weren't a manly man, I would also start crying now. Holy shit, Stronko Manly Man. God, only the best die young. Thanks for listening. Goodbye. "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked submissively. "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked submissively. Asked submissively. "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked submissively, like a woman usually does. "Should we say a prayer?" the woman asked submissively. What the fuck is wrong? Asked submissively.